Crack open a cold one, kick back, and enjoy a week's worth of conversation from pop culture, sports, breaking news, and everything in between. Welcome to the Pine Room Podcast. At the beginning of the podcast each week, everyone on the show rolls a 20-sided die. The person who rolls the lowest number then becomes the moderator for that week's show, and it's their job to move the conversation along and switch from various topics or questions that can be found on the moderator's cheat sheet, or custom ones they've brought in themselves. If you have a question or a topic you'd like us to discuss, send us an email to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Well, that's enough of that. Let's get into the show. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
Pine Room Podcast, episode 116. This is Chris behind the mic for the second time from our downtown studios. After a brief technical difficulties, Jarrett got us up and running, and I'm joined by, to my left, the Professor Matt, Jarrett, the baseball guru, and Cooley, the NBA wizard. So, guys, it's good to be here again, and how's everybody doing?
Today's good. Today's radio would say otherwise on Cooley.
Those are some tough ones.
No, I know. It's not really fair. When Coach outperforms you on NBA, you get problems.
Oh, Tyler.
That was easy, though. We all got to die on, but
yeah, I know.
He was asking me.
Where did Job get that quiz?
I have no idea where
he was like quizzing us on like shooting percentages from spots on the floor and what guy it was. It wasn't an easy.
But the guys were like DeAndre Hunter, Jared Culver.
Yeah, they weren't like the James Harden.
Yeah,
it was like the fifth string guy on the Phoenix Sun.
Trying to, you know what? They set you up for failure.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't know
they sabotaged you, Cools.
I'm surprised you introduced me so nicely today. I thought you were going to insult me.
No,
just what you normally do. You know.
You said that last night after our meeting. Are you going to be? I'm always mean to you.
Yeah,
I think the last time I complimented you on when I was the host.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't say anything negative.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Well, we'll have to go back and listen to the tape.
We'll have to watch the tape on that one.
Well, anyway, yeah. So we everybody have a good 4th of July.
Yeah. It was a good 4th of July. Had a ball game, and then came down home. We got to hang out with Jeff Doyle for the day, so that was good. Went over to his house, and actually we were at our place first, and we made some 4th of July pizzas in our pizza oven. Jub and Nick were getting after it on the pizza oven, and then went over and saw Jeff for. It was definitely a low-key 4th of July compared to what we usually do, for sure.
I'm trying to think. That was Thursday, right?
Thursday,
yeah.
Yep.
I just went over to my sister's that night. I think Derek went with me. It was a low-key night.
Yeah.
Just drank some beers, listened to some music, and that was about it.
Did you guys like it being on a Thursday?
Didn't matter to me. I had to work the day of and the day after, so I didn't do anything fun. So it didn't matter to me.
Any difference to me. So actually, we're technically we still work on that day. That's the one holiday that we don't get off. I guess the drivers determine how that goes. But so I was technically working. Mm-hmm. So, but it didn't make any difference to me.
Did most people get 4th of July off?
I guess it just depends on what.
Yeah, it just depends on what industry you're in. Yeah, I mean, most business, like office jobs, yeah, but anything, I'm sure some manufacturing probably do, but like Chris's stuff where you're supplying people, probably not as many, and gas stations and stores are all open. They used to close early, but most of them don't even do that.
Back in the day, just
fast
about,
food's open.
Well before you guys were around. I mean, shit used to, well, at least definitely on like major holidays and Sundays even, just where stores would close.
Right.
You know, and you know, it's weird, not weird, but you know, back in the day we sure survived. Our families, we had what we needed. It wasn't like, oh Christ, you know, so and so he almost starved to death because we couldn't go to the store on Sunday.
McDonald's is open till midnight on Christmas Eve now. That's like,
isn't that amazing? I've never
I ate a 20 piece at 11:30 on Christmas Eve.
I never even consider stuff being closed anymore. The only thing that I ever think about being closed on Sunday is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think
downtown
of.
Wheeling on a Monday, every fucking thing's closed.
Yeah, you're right. I forget. That is something to. Yeah,
but you know what?
Maybe because there's no hotels.
I respect those businesses like Hobby Lobby.
Oh, the Sunday closures I think is great.
Yeah,
I think a lot of things
they
should be
close,
closed.
and I love that store.
I respect the hell out of them
but they close on Sunday and
turning away profits for a cause to help your employees. It gives your employees one constant day off that they always have.
And you know that Chick-fil-A and both Hobby Lobby are not struggling for money.
No,
They're doing just
they
fine.
actually do better because they appeal to people that still have values, unlike these other fucking
Now, do you guys
places.
do Chick-fil-A? Do you guys like it?
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like,
had it
oh
in a
my
while,
God, I'm so disappointed they're closed on Sunday. I mean,
It's just something you
I
do.
mean, go
You
through,
know,
Just accept it.
Monday through Saturday,
and it's almost like you kind of look forward to it then.
Yeah.
like because
That's
it's
good.
closed on Sunday.
It's better than that damn Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now they're taking off certain things to appeal to the fucking Muslims. So I saw it was called Caliphate Fried Chicken now instead of Kentucky Fried. They're taking certain item menus off of their menus or items off of their menus to please the Muslim people. So good job, KFC. We won't be getting my business much anymore.
I mean, that's just
bullshit.
It's absurd.
Didn't even know that was.
They don't like it. They don't have to eat it. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
They have to
don't-
assimilate to us.
Right. Don't penalize us because we like fucking bacon. Like, sorry.
yeah.
I've never even
Like, if you
heard
don't
of
like
that.
bacon, there's something wrong with you. And if you strap bombs to your chest, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So I find those to go
Is
the
that-
same.
what is that? Just against their religious beliefs?
I don't
What,
know.
They
like
can't eat pork. Yeah.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Then why come to this country? I
Right.
still won't ever understand. You hate it here. You want to kill us? Don't come. Stay away.
Very simple concept,
Yeah.
really.
Eat more bacon.
Yeah, I looked up some businesses that are closed on Sunday.
There can't be many that.
Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, Forever 21, Tyson Foods, Mary Kay. Oh, there's a go to Interstate Batteries.
I didn't even know they operated a store.
Are those just like retail stores?
I didn't know Interstate Batteries had a retail store.
I didn't know Tyson Foods had a retail.
Me either. I mean, that's the supply.
I guess.
How did Bobby Labonte drive on Sunday?
He wasn't allowed.
when he was the
He had to
Interstate
switch
Batteries.
out. He had to put an Exxon in under the hood.
Number 7 on this list is closed on Sunday. Literally named closed on Sunday. I don't know what that is.
I wonder what that is. Yeah.
Number 8 is just the letter A.
No.
9, Mardell Christian Education, and then 10 is HEB grocery stores. A lot of those I've never even heard of. I got to look up what closed on Sunday is.
HEB. Huh?
HEB closed on
Heb.
Closed on Sunday grocery store maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that. But
No, but I do respect those businesses, like Matt said, for doing that. I just think that one day of profits isn't going to kill that company. So
it was trending on what I was searching here. There's been a bunch of chicken recalled. All Safa. You know what that is? All AL-SAFA. U.S. LLC recalls frozen, ready-to-eat chicken products.
Ew.
Over 2,000 pounds of this chicken has been recalled over listeria threat.
Ooh, that's a bad one there. Oh yeah, Al-Safa. I just looked it up. Yeah, they make like frozen.
Oh
chicken
God,
things.
chicken seek kebabs.
Oh.
It looks like yeah.
Dude, their nuggets look horrible.
Ooh, yeah.
HEB sounds for Howard E. Butt. He must have he owns his store. Instead of calling it Butts, you call it Heb. HEB.
Heb.
I never heard of them. It looks like they're in Texas.
Man,
what's that
Al-Safa,
grocery store?
Buc-ee's.
Is that what you said?
Buc-ee's is like a gas
HEB
station. It's-
grocery store. Yeah.
HEB, yeah. Texas and Mexico. 430 stores.
Isn't it? I always find it fascinating the different like regional grocery stores. Like we have Kroger,
Right.
Like Pittsburgh has Giant Eagle, and
Yeah, Giant Eagle. They used to have Shop and Save.
Shop and Save? I went to Shop and Save the other day. Actually, really, really nice.
Foodland used to be up there too.
Yeah, and then Food Lion. Remember Food Lion?
Well, Food Line, they have those in Maryland. And then
Myers is over in the Columbus
Yeah,
area.
Meyer over in central
and they
Ohio.
still have Kroger's, because I think Kroger's they're based in Cincinnati, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Kroger's?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
it's either
Kroger is,
right across the river in Kentucky.
The Reds have the Kroger on their sleeve on their
Yes, Kroger's big.
My
over
favorite
there.
is Publix.
What's over there?
Yeah, Publix. Actually,
Publix is
there was an
very
alligator at a Publix I saw the other day hiding in the shopping carts. Yeah, down in Florida.
in the
about-
shopping carts.
yeah,
what about
underneath.
Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah,
You got
Piggly
that?
Wiggly.
Where's
Yeah.
that at?
Winn-Dixie. I think those are down.
There's a couple Piggly Wigglies. There's one right down the road from what's a restaurant down there on Emerson Avenue in Parkersburg we go to?
J.P. Henry's.
There's a
Yeah.
Piggly, and then you go all the way out into Wirt County down in a small town of Elizabeth.
So it's like a
There's
southern
Pig-
West Virginia thing.
Well,
pig.
but I
It's
don't know.
southern. It's in other places too,
Yeah.
bordering states.
But I-
Definitely.
I think it's something else. Soup would go to Harris Teeter.
Harris Teeters
in
are really,
North
really
Carolina.
nice. They have those in Maryland. Like Ocean City's got, well, Fenway, actually Delaware has it, but
else
yeah,
we got
really
over there?
nice stores.
Food Line.
Yeah, Food Line, Acme, which is owned by
Acme, yeah,
it's owned by what's the other big warehouse? The other one, what the hell is it called? Not Costco. Something Way. Safeway? No, I can't remember. It might be Costco that owns that, but Acme's owned by one of those.
What's
big
like what's
outfits.
like Texas? What do they have? Like down that way.
I don't know, but
I think they have Winn-Dixie's down there, and I feel like I should know that. But
I
don't
have
really
no
remember.
idea.
yeah.
I just know,
They got Hebs. I know that.
yeah,
HEBs.
yeah, Hebs. Yeah,
I got to look this up now.
but
I think Publix is the best one that
think it's
I've
the
been
best by
to.
far.
I really like Publix.
Yeah, Publix is nice. Heb looks like it's huge in Texas. That's like the biggest
what
one.
about
Aldi's, which we already know is a worldwide. Homeland, Central Market, Trader Joe's are big there.
Yeah, Trader Joe's. There's some in Pittsburgh.
Oh, they
I
got.
still
It's like
haven't
they
been.
got Kroger's. They got Kroger in Fort. Okay, so they do have some
So
United Foods.
I just looked up the most common grocery retailer in every state. So we're with Kroger, along with Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Michigan. Food Line's the most popular in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Publix in Georgia and Florida. It looks like is Piggly Wiggly a pig with a hat on his head?
Yeah.
That's the most popular in Alabama.
yeah?
And then Walmart is Texas.
Yeah. We
A
got
lot of southern, like-
Walmart's everywhere.
like
now.
New
There's
Mexico,
Arkansas, down into Texas.
Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas.
What's Maryland's most common?
Maryland's is
Acme. Martin's.
You gotta be Walmart.
Probably Walmart. Yeah.
it looks like Giant. Is that a thing? Giant?
Foods,
yeah.
yeah.
Giant is
Yeah,
the
see,
most.
They have those. Must be more to the.
It looks like Delaware's Food Line, but
Yeah.
Maryland is Giant.
Okay.
Shop Rita, you ever heard of that?
Oh,
That's
no.
New Jersey.
Never heard of
Or
that.
Shop Rito or Shop Rita. Oh no, Shop Right. Sorry,
Shop
I couldn't read that. New York is Tops. Have you ever heard of
I
that?
have heard of
Yeah.
Tops.
Is that two P's?
No, TOPS.
That's right, TOPS.
Like the baseball.
No, I was
cards,
thinking of
2P.
Tops.
Yeah.
Tops for men.
And then it looks like
store.
up in Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire is something called Hannaford.
Yeah, I've heard of those before. I've never been to one before, but
I
yeah.
haven't heard of most of these.
Massachusetts and like Rhode Island are Stop and Shop.
I've heard of Stop.
I've never heard of any of these. Illinois looks like Jewel Osco,
Ooh, I don't know.
like
that
JEWELOSCO.
one. I don't know that one.
Once you get too far out,
Man, the West. I've never heard of a lot of these. Safeway.
That's
Safeway
the big
is
one I was
West.
thinking. That's a big one in
That's
California.
California, Oregon,
Yeah.
Washington,
Yeah,
Arizona,
they're
Alaska.
They're very big.
Smiths. You ever heard of Smiths? That's
No, not in that
That's
capacity.
popular out in Nevada and Utah, and then Montana and Idaho are. I have no. Albertsons,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Albertsons is a big one. Yeah, that's a big one.
and then it looks like Minnesota is Cub, CUB.
I've heard of that. Never been there.
Yeah.
So, and then our last one here that I've never heard of, King Soopers, SOOPERS. Ever heard of
Where's
that?
that?
That is in Colorado, and then it looks like in North Dakota is Super Value.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
So there's your grocery, your regional grocery store fix for the day. So if you didn't know that,
And I always find it fascinating too, Matt, because we talk about it sometimes. We go to Oceans, like all the different, the convenience store chains, the big ones.
Right.
You know, like around here, we got what Sheets, and then go a little farther south with Go Marts
Pilot.
and
Wawa.
Pilot, and then you get the Wawas and
Wawa's
Highs.
terrible.
what's the one?
Highs is big
Highs,
over there,
Royal
yeah.
Farms.
Royal Farms is
And
huge.
some of these
Royal
stores
Farms is taking over. It's
Royal Farms,
beautiful.
really
whenever
good.
we go, they're very nice.
Royal Farms is awesome. I got to tell you, the Wawas really went downhill.
Oh, I don't like Wawa at
They
all.
really went downhill.
They had
I used-
nothing on Sheets.
I don't think you can
no,
even argue it
they're
anymore.
their
Way
food's
better.
almost inedible.
Yeah,
Sheets
it's
is
terrible.
10
Oh,
times
it's
better
not
than,
even close.
than
Do
Wawa.
they all have the made to order stuff
I think both of them do.
Because you guys love Sheets, don't you?
I'm a big. I really like
Sheets. I'll tell you, whoever their executive chef is and makes up their stuff, and I know it's just gas station food, but they did a really good job of that stuff of figuring out the composition to make it still be good and because you're getting it
just the concept.
You're like it's quick meal, so like a lot of times it wouldn't be good, but it's pretty damn good. And the other ones that try to emulate, and I will say Royal Farms, if you want chicken, out of this world chicken, but they don't have a whole lot of other things. But man, that Wawa, I can't eat there. I can't. A couple times I pass through when I'm getting into cross a Bay Bridge and I'm like hungry and I'm like, I got to get like a sandwich. I can't do it. I had a chicken sandwich one time. I had to throw it out the window, but I wouldn't have littered. But I would have tried. There probably a poor seagull would have ate it and died. It was horrible.
And now is it? Did you used to be able to?
Yes.
And then the quality went down.
Now I will say, I thought it was better originally, and they changed some things, but I don't go to them a ton. And then once the Sheets came here, I was like, wow, Sheets is so much better. And then Sheets has improved even since it started around here. And we didn't have a Sheets here, obviously, till Chris. When did that go in? Down in Woodsdale.
Oh, what would you say that? So at least
10, 20 years ago?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
well, I'm thinking it had to be early 2000s when it maybe.
And that one thing about that is such a cramped area on that corner. Yeah. When you ever see, like, you go by and see the delivery truck trying to finagle its way in there,
always
the guy making a delivery.
That guy that gets that route has to want to kill himself. He has to. He can't be excited when he has to go there.
There's just always traffic. There's always traffic there, and there's always people in that parking lot.
How about coming in a festival of lights?
Oh, my gosh.
I'd try to time it so I'd be there maybe 4 or 5 in the morning would be the only time where you might get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I've never been to that Sheets, really any Sheets where there hasn't been cars in the parking lot.
Those ones at the Highlands are pretty good now, and those ones down at the Star City in Morgantown, those were some of the closest ones that we had originally.
There's 3 of them down there.
They're within a quarter mile of each other.
They're all busy.
And they're no pumps open every time you go in.
Well, just real quick, talking about that Sheets down there on Nashville Road, and just how hectic and the traffic is down there. I was on the phone with somebody. It could have been Matt or somebody. I was driving through there, and one of the beer might have been the Karenbauer guy was parked in the middle of Nashville Road, where you can veer into another lane to turn left.
Yeah.
And he's stuck right in the middle making his delivery. So because he doesn't have anywhere else to park, so he's in the middle of Nashville Road with the flashers on. Then he loads up his 2-wheeler. Then he's got to navigate through the traffic to take it into Gumby's. And I thought that guy must be low man on totem pole, because that looked like it just totally sucked.
That's unsafe.
Yes,
just get blasted by a car. All the beer goes everywhere.
Yeah, so I don't know what would be tougher, doing that or trying to back that 18-wheeler into Sheets is law.
Some of those 18-wheeler drivers, the shit they get into is just impressive.
Yeah,
they drive a big enough rig they can be reckless.
You're right.
You can kill people if they want to.
Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Smash you to bits. Man. Play chicken with them, you'll lose.
But I think it's not even close to comparison. Wawa and Sheets.
Wawa's awful, dude.
Well, I've never been to enough. I mean, just on the on the rare, because we don't. Well, when we go over there to the beach, I don't know. Did we stop at a Wawa on that second trip or the second stop? Because we went in and got something.
We might have.
I know it wasn't. No, I think it was, but I haven't tried it enough. I'd probably just go in there and use the restroom and maybe get a drink and a snack. So I've never got any of the hot foods or a prepared sandwich. So I don't know.
Big downgrade on there.
But I was really impressed with one of the Royal Farms.
Royal Farms is very nice.
Those are really nice.
Their chicken is dynamite.
And really the gas pumps are nice. They're spread out. They're clean. Yeah. I mean, that's really nice. Remember that one store 2 years ago, Jarrett? We had to stop. It was one of those Middle Eastern guys, and they didn't have a fucking pisser, so we had to use the porta-john outside. It was right next to a dumpster.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
This is a heck of a place.
Near shit.
It was messed up.
God, man, there's some bad. You could probably tell gas station stories forever. Just the places awful. That you, especially you, Chris, the places that you've gone to.
Really, just you wouldn't believe it unless you were actually there.
It's funny. The porta john's all the way across on the other side of the parking lot.
Oh yeah, I know.
You got to go way over to the other side.
It's on that straightaway.
Yeah, it's awful.
Where is that? Where is that?
Easton, probably Cambridge? Between Cambridge and Cambridge and
it's a nice
City.
straightaway. And there's a ton of
there's a bunch of things.
But I think
on the left hand side going east, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even on the right hand, but when we stopped at that shithole that had the portage on, I don't think we knew how many better stores were
yeah, if you don't know the area,
now
you just wait it out for a Royal Farms. That's my advice.
Yeah.
You're going to find one.
Yeah, you go a mile up the road, and there's a Royal Farms with like 50 gas pumps, for a mile.
They even got a charging station for your...
And we went to a fucking gas station with one little
touching the handle when a goddamn portage on.
Yeah, they got an EV charger for you too.
Yeah,
if you drive one of those things.
So that was
pick your gas stations right.
Some of those.
Well,
that's the lesson of we.
They're so filthy. Some of them, like if you piss on the floor, you're cleaning it up.
Yeah,
like, it's disgusting. It's sick, dirt and filth and toilet overflowing and just.
Well, Jarrett, if we'd have done
thank God, that's when I'm really glad I'm a male and I can just piss.
Yeah, I know.
Not have to work. I mean, my God, for a girl to have to go in that filth is just awful.
Jesus.
I bet their bathrooms are way cleaner than ours.
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
But
always are covered in shit and piss. Always.
I never understand that. How is there just like
don't care.
how does shit get on the floor? Like or up on top the
guys
toilet?
Really in a rush to go. I don't know.
Like, and he just had a bad aim.
Jump tells that story of your dad shitting on the wall. At your house.
Well,
So, I mean, anything's possible.
I guess
in there nobody would care.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but was that alcohol related?
I don't.
I
think he
really
was.
know
I think he was drinking, but I don't think it was alcohol related. I think it was something he ate. And he didn't make it.
I wish he was here to tell that story because I don't really know. Job loves that story. He absolutely loves that story. And we were actually talking about it the other day.
Cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah, and Job goes, that's weird. Yeah, I wish he was here to tell that story. I don't know.
Because wasn't he doing that
I don't know
night?
if he wanted to.
Yeah, it was after the club.
It was like 11:30 at night.
But I mean, I'm not saying he shit because he was drinking, but he had been drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he had something within like a week because he'd done it. Not that he shit on the wall, but he had a bad experience for twice in a week. So I think it was some kind of I don't know if it was a stomach bug or
bowels issue.
Yeah, something something that had caused it, but
no, it didn't prevent him from drinking though.
No, it never.
I thought drinking
will.
would settle it down though. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
You never really
justify drinking.
Sometimes it'll numb your bowels and you'll be good.
It never will.
Other
will
times
stop
it really wreaks havoc.
Other times it's like lighter fluid.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, all right. Hey, I got.
All right, what do you got for us, Chris?
We really went off the rails.
Yeah.
Well,
this is a totally different subject.
That's all right.
I've been meaning to bring this up a couple weeks ago when it happened. So I got two unusual stories here. I think I mentioned to you guys at one time. I got this off of Metro News. Now, the first one here, this happened on June 28th, and I think I mentioned to somebody about a guy that was kayaking in the Ohio River and got hit by a barge.
Yeah.
How?
I still don't get it. Where was he at?
This was, the guy was identified as 51-year-old William Hayes. He was from Middleport, Ohio, but he was down near, it said in the community of Hartford, but down in Mason County. So that's over in the Huntington area.
Okay.
I think Point Pleasant's right across the river.
So maybe the Mothman had something to do with it.
So
maybe.
But it was the thing. It was in the afternoon. It was like 5 in the afternoon. Now, was it Job or someone said, "Well, I could see that happening." Or maybe Ace said it. Oh, well, they can sneak up on you, but I don't see how that happens.
I mean,
why are you out in the main channel?
Right? Or it almost seems like it was something intentional.
Well,
or unless the guy just didn't know how to kayak, and they.
Yeah, was he deaf? I mean, he didn't hear.
There wasn't a whole lot of details. But
when you have a kayak,
unusual.
Do you have a mirror so you can see behind you?
No, but
I feel like you should at least be a little bit aware.
I'd probably be swiveling around, especially if I have earphones in.
But I mean, a barge. Like if you're on the river, you can see unless you're at a bend. I mean, you could see a pretty far.
There was the barge going to the south, facing
south.
Not,
I don't think
because if he was facing south, it's a lot more quiet. If he's coming north, I find it almost impossible that he could have got run over unless he was trying to die. Because when they're cranking to the north, especially around here. I mean, they grind it pretty good to go north. Yeah. Now, if they're coming south, they can be dead silent. Like sometimes I won't even hear them. You'll see the light on them because they're not even running engine.
We've been on their porch before night.
You'll see the little blue, right?
You can just see like the blue. You can't even hear it
because they pretty much just float.
Yeah, they can gear down and just drift.
But if you're just say you're on a pontoon boat or whatever, and you're just out in the river, say it's perfect day and it's. and you're not even just say you're floating, or I don't know if you can drop an anchor or whatever, but you're not wouldn't, and you're just say you're facing whatever direction. Wouldn't you like every now and then look behind you and just make sure you're safe?
To just at least check your surroundings. And again, on a river, you can see a pretty long way. I mean,
yeah.
If you're
there's no sneaking up on you.
What's the and it's not like it's a very like a barge can't make like a real fast sharp turn.
Yeah.
So you're really going to be able to see every angle.
Something seems off.
And you would think that the barge operator would probably see him and
blow the
honk
horn.
and blow the whistle. I looked this up. I like that it says, so he died after getting hit by a barge while traveling on the Ohio River yesterday around 5:30. And then the next sentence, foul play is not suspected at this point in the investigation. I don't really understand, how could foul play be from the barge?
Well, maybe
operator?
Well, I mean,
he sped up.
He saw him. He said,
I mean, no one knows.
Boys.
The guy could have had a heart attack. He could have. You don't know. I mean, you really don't know. But it seems really weird. Like, what is the boaters' etiquette out there? Like, how? Like, on a Saturday, like, if you're out there on the river, like, are there certain areas where you should, like, if you're going to put an anchor down, like, you stay out of the main channel. Don't you look at those buoys? And, like, I don't know enough about it.
I don't either, but I sure as hell, if I'm kayaking, I'm maybe 20 yards out from the shore. I'm not going out into that. I mean, I just think
that's scary to me.
Yeah.
Boats are really scary.
There's
so many things that
I don't
can
like
go
the
wrong.
river. I do not like the river.
I don't
The undertow.
I will never get in the river.
I'll never touch the river.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like the smell of the river, the look of the river.
Yeah, I've never been in it.
But I don't even
like the name of the river.
No.
Why couldn't it be the West Virginia River?
Well, it's too dirty for us. So
Yeah.
You're right.
They can have it.
Yeah.
But
I think it belongs to us, though. We got to change the name of it.
Oh, it is ours?
I think so. Chris, do you know that?
I do not know that. I was just going to ask you why it wasn't
We own
ours.
the majority of it, I think.
But I just thought that one was interesting. I have to get your take
tough.
on that because I don't understand.
Hopefully that guy was... hopefully he went easy. I don't know how he could. I hope he didn't get trapped under there. That's my worst fear in life.
I just looked that up, Matt. Where the river serves as a boundary between states today, Congress designated the entire river to belong to the states on the east and south, i.e. West Virginia and Kentucky, at the time of admission to the Union.
Okay.
That were divided from Virginia. So we do.
All right.
We do own the river.
Take that, Ohio.
Why can't we change the damn name?
Yeah, no,
we should petition for that.
Maybe it should warn our citizens that they're going into the filthy state of Ohio. No, I don't hate all Ohio. It's just
just the back channel of the island should be Ohio, and the rest is yours.
Yeah, it belongs to them.
Isn't the back channel like a couple feet deep? Like you can't. Like isn't it real shallow, the back channel?
I think underneath that, when you're coming across that bridge there from Bridgeport over onto the island, if you look down to your right, you can see sometimes.
The bank.
Yeah, not even.
I'd
the
say
bank.
It's probably pretty low right now.
I see a barge go through.
Fuck, it hasn't rained for
haven't gone to the back channel.
Just get stuck up there.
Yeah.
Smoke going everywhere.
An Olympic barge.
That'd be great. Filled with coal.
Filled with coal, and then if they wreck, it just bursts into flame.
Have like a one-on-one barge fight.
Dessert is an essential part to a quality life, and quality desserts make life all the more better. Had a long day at work and you need something sweet? Maybe you're out late and you need the perfect snack to cap off your evening. Or you're just a dessert lover with a knack for the finest of sweet treats. Well, say hello to the Brownie House, home of the best brownies ever. A family bakery dedicated to baking the world's best gourmet brownies, baked with premium imported chocolate, high-quality ingredients, and no preservatives. No prepackaged, pre-made, fake-tasting chocolate, no. These brownies are made from scratch, shipped nationwide, and delivered right to your door. And starting right now, you can head to yesbrownies.com and use the code PINEROOM, all caps, during checkout to receive 20% off your order. For the best brownies and more, take a trip to the Brownie House.
Well, my second story here, it's another odd way to check out. This was actually July 8th, which was yesterday. Investigation is underway in Raleigh County after deputies say a woman riding a horse was struck and killed by a truck. Happened last night at 10 p.m. on Leicester Highway near Church Street in Glen White, West Virginia, which is down in the Beckley.
Oh,
area.
yeah, that's Well, did the horse survive?
That was my
What was his name?
I just like.
I like the lady will get her name in there, but the horse won't.
Well, she wasn't. Yeah,
she wasn't identified
no.
either?
So what? Wait, what?
I'm assuming.
What time of night was this?
It was. You've been on this road several times. Leicester Highway at 10 p.m. Sunday. 10 p.m. Sunday, okay. And I just. And it's was she in like one of those? Was she like
like Amish?
Yeah, Amish with the buggy or just riding
or Mennonites
but it says if you say highway, that sounds to me like you're going 40 or
somewhere
50
a horse shouldn't be.
Right, exactly.
And then
so was she out there this horse was going like he's going down a backstretch at Churchill Downs?
I doubt that, but yeah. Unless he got spooked by something, they can get spooked. Well, my question is, when you're riding a horse at night,
it's 10 o'clock.
How do you see?
Yeah.
Do you have a reflector on the horse? Because the cars, it's hard for them to see. Are you wearing something bright as your shirt?
What if you had a helmet?
Remember how your mom and dad would say, like, when you're going out on your bike at night, like, you should wear a bright shirt, or like, cause, you have bike
and you always want to have reflectors.
Yeah, you had reflectors, but like you wanted to, at least the car could pick you up from a distance. Well, this horse didn't have any of those safety features. So that's a shame.
No charges were filed.
What the hell is going on here? Sorry, we're watching the European semifinals. There's stewards running on the field. Somebody must have ran onto the field. There's guys were running their asses off those security guys.
This was from WSAZ News Channel 3. I wanted to play this in the mic. This is what the story said.
We're talking about this horse?
24 hours since a woman was hit and killed by a truck while riding a horse. According to Sheriff J.C. Kennedy, deputies responded to the Church Street area of Glen White last night on reports of a crash involving a truck and a horse being ridden by an adult female. The woman ultimately succumbed to her injuries. No charges have been filed against the driver at this point, but the crash is still under investigation, and the woman's identity is being withheld until her family is notified.
And no status of the horse. Not even a thought about the horse.
Like did he run off? Is he okay?
I mean, is he all right? Like, how did she get hit and he's okay?
Right.
It's probably dead. It's got to be dead.
Well, then they should
likely
report that.
The horse was killed as well. Like,
right. I mean,
that's an important thing. That's really
I guarantee if they said, well, a woman and her dog were hit by a car, they would give you an update on that dog.
Horses have feelings too, and they have people that care about.
They're probably watching the news all upset.
Yeah, they don't know what happened to their friend.
Their buddy's been unacknowledged.
He might have ran off. He could be. Yeah, we don't know.
That report.
If anybody knows the answer to that, please get out.
Two really wild stories,
both in our state.
Yeah.
So I think the lesson
in the southern part,
the lessons that we have learned today: don't get hit by a barge on a kayak, and don't ride your horse at night.
I mean, maybe
look both ways when you're crossing the river.
Maybe they were using.
Maybe she was blasted. I don't know. Maybe she's all fucked up.
Or was it a unique way to commit suicide? I don't know.
Well, but that's so
pretty creative.
Selfish.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Hopefully, the horse. Hopefully, she stuck her head out in front of the truck, and the horse was okay.
Just missed the horse.
She was like Ichabod Crane, got her head knocked off, and the horse ran off. That'll be a lot.
Well, I would hope, but otherwise, if the horse, that's like a fucking murder suicide.
Right.
If she did that,
yeah, poor horse. Take him into traffic. I mean, come on.
On the highway.
Yeah, Lester Highway.
I want to know his name too.
Yeah,
maybe his name was Lester.
Yeah. That
Lester the horse.
That reporter sounded a little bit different.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was from West Virginia.
I think that was Elisa's problem.
He seemed like it was like a. He seemed a little foreign.
That he
was foreign.
Anyway.
Yeah,
but again, I don't know why they don't have more details on some of these incidents.
I know, very vague.
I mean, I guess you can't. Well,
what do you expect from the news today, Chris?
Well, and you can't. I mean.
We need.
You can't ask the guy that got hit by the barge, but then but talk to the barge, talk to the captain.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
We should get him on the show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a better chance we could get him. They still haven't interviewed the captain that ran into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. That cruise that still hasn't been
on the boat.
They're still
they're in the boat. They haven't even been interviewed yet. I mean, now tell me that there's not a conspiracy going on there.
Is the cargo still on
ridiculous. That thing? Oh, I guess what's still floating? Yeah. That just doesn't make any sense. No. Yeah, we had a better chance of getting that barge captain on.
Yeah, like
Wonder when
the stable boy for that.
Wonder when
horse.
the barge captain realized, or if anybody. Wonder
may
when
not
they
have.
realized
They might not
that he was gone.
And how did anybody know he was dead? They found his body.
Yeah, I know.
They said
I
he-
wonder
they
what
said
happened.
He said he died in a river. Well, no shit. I guess what they meant was probably he died
On impact.
Yeah, he was dead at the scene.
Man, that's it. Oh, gosh, wonder how he died. I'm assuming he didn't die from the impact. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
think.
how fast do those? They don't go very fast, do they?
Tell you what, though, sometimes when those things go south and they got a full head of steam,
they can go pretty quick.
It's so hard. You're even if it doesn't go super fast, if it hits you at like your head level around there, you'll get knocked out at the very least.
Yeah, because I always wondered, like, just say if you saw that, because you know how that the front of that barge is kind of curved up, and you think, oh well, shit, if that was coming at you, like you would dive down underneath of it and swim out to the side. I'm like,
oh god,
getting stuck under that thing is the worst fear ever.
Oh man, that is rough. Because even if you probably tried to swim off to the side, it probably would suck you down.
You'd never know where to go. You couldn't ever figure out whether you're going east, west, north, or south. There's really only one way you can survive it, is to get back to the closest side that you got hit on and get at. But you would never know.
Then you think you're making progress.
Yeah, and then you're swimming the long way, and you're not going to be able to see. That water's filthy. Probably rot your eyeballs out if you open your eyes under there anyway.
Oh my god!
But that is creepy to think about.
That's a horrible way to go.
So I feel bad for that.
Yeah,
that guy.
geez.
I mean, I just
condolences to that. Man.
And if he did that on purpose, I mean, man, he went out. It was a creative way, though.
It shows an awful way to go.
Yeah,
an awful way to go.
Man,
I mean, I don't know. That was just. But those are my two.
Find a high bridge.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah, I just
good stories.
I wanted to bring that up earlier, like last week, but it just never came to be. But and then I read about the poor horse, well, the lady too, but
just like McCulloch's
She's
leap.
an afterthought.
Why me?
Just like McCulloch's leap.
Is that what he said? Why me?
Why me?
Why me?
Yeah, whatever. So it just, I don't know. It just fucking strange shit happens every goddamn day.
I bet that lady wasn't getting chased by Indians though, or natives.
Oh, like
I'm not allowed to say Indians.
I wish
anymore.
we could get
so foul.
I wish we could get an account of that from somebody. McCulloch's leap, but unfortunately,
good books on him. Then they ate his heart later, I think. So McCulloch didn't last that much longer.
The horse survived.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's what they said. The horse.
Yeah, he ended up getting scalped and his heart eaten by the Indians
really?
down the road. Not that day.
So it kind of was
McCulloch.
It kind of was in vain anyway.
Oh, I thought you meant they scalped the horse.
Oh no. See, McCulloch went down. He probably stopped the generations, got a beer, and then by the time the Indians passed, he thought it was safe. He went out and then he got scalped, and that was the end of it.
That is just such a fascinating story. It really is. And just driving down that road. I mean, looking over, that is a steep.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
For anybody that doesn't, I guess probably not all of our listeners would know the story, because if they're not from here, probably if you're from Wheeling, you know.
Yeah,
that
if you're
story,
from West Virginia, you should know about it in West Virginia history, because I mean that's an important.
Yeah, but there's an old story of a guy. What was his first name?
McCulloch.
Samuel McCulloch was being chased by Indians up this hill in Wheeling, and he came to a cliff basically, and just took the horse off and jumped down the hill, and both him and the. Don't they say he landed and he just kept running?
There's no way.
That's what they say, but I don't know.
That whole story sounds made up.
Now when was that?
17, let's see, 1777, I think.
Well,
1777, September of 77.
Didn't somebody back in the day
1777, not 1977.
cut the that statue? Remember they cut that guy's leg off? Statue or the Indian?
Yeah, that was a cool statue.
Well, they got a nice monument up there now, like a dedication thing. It's nice. Hopefully nobody messes with it, you know. But yeah, that's an interesting story.
Yeah, both he and his horse survived without injury. The leap is based on a historic event, but the retellings have exaggerated the story into a local legend or tall tale. I love the picture of McCulloch's leap. We got to get that in here.
Oh, the one that was done in the 1800s.
Yeah,
that one where he's going right there, Chris. He's like looking off the.
But it's almost. It seems like if they survived, like they just happened to. Like just go down a steep hill, not jump. Because I mean that guy's going to snap his snap his legs, and Sam McCulloch's going to flip, like going over the handlebars, flip
right.
over the horse, and then he's going to roll and get hurt. So, but
now I found a couple things interesting in the painting of the 1851. You can look this up. The 1851 lithograph of McCulloch's Leap. The leap's pretty low there. The cliff's like down, and he's going into the water or something. And then I also find it interesting, and I should know this being a horse racing person.
Does he have a name?
The horse has one of those where he's got one white foot. He's got. I don't know how they knew that.
He looks like an athletic horse.
Well, this like if he's, I don't know. There's a term for it. I'll find it. But there's a term for like a horse that has like one white foot. But yeah, I found it interesting that the horse has that too. So curiosity.
So McCulloch's Leap, interesting story about Wheeling, West Virginia. If you're not from here and you're listening,
I think I said to you guys a long time ago, like I just thought history was so dumb and boring. Not dumb, but just I didn't care about it. But the older I get and the more I read about it, it's fascinating to me. Some of the things, not just West Virginia history, but just
history
in our country and
crazy.
Even some world history and like I would know the first fucking thing about the Civil War. I couldn't tell you but now at least I know some when it was and all that.
Yeah,
and
you know somewhat.
But
basic knowledge.
I mean, I'm not.
Were you a good student, Chris?
I was,
you?
But I could have been. I could have been better. I didn't. You know what?
We could always.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think all of us
care.
probably could say that.
And just and my buddies and I, we were the same way. Just
you're living in the moment.
That's all.
We were very immature. Very immature.
I don't know. I thought you kicking the balls up into the ceiling was pretty cool.
Now we were getting ready for football season, but
practice your punting.
But history's cool. I know you love history, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Well, and your brother, I always told your brother, like way back in the day, I said, "Hey, you ought to go back to school and get a teaching degree. You seem like you'd be," because he knows a lot about history, and some people find it to be boring, but I mean he's like mad.
He's into history.
Seems to be, doesn't he?
Yeah. We like it. I don't know. It was something that our school. Our teachers made it fun. It was like really, really interesting at a young age. So, carry that with me still. Try to learn something about it every day.
The impressive thing about you, not just your knowledge, but your ability to remember all that stuff. You're learning shit in 7th and 8th grade, or even that here you are. I don't know how many years later, but it's like, damn it. It's like you talk about it like it's still fresh in your mind. Well, you just walked out of class.
Yeah, you just finished up.
There is always a difference though when you learn in any subject. Like if you really care about what you're learning, it's easier to remember.
Right.
Yeah. So if you really liked it and you found passion in it, then it's not like studying for a fucking math test where I'm trying to memorize the answers and get it done as fast as I could. If I actually like the subject matter, it's easier to remember. But I'm actually surprised you remember it too.
Because you mentioned West Virginia history, I know I had to take that class. I think in grade school. Did you guys have to do that in school?
West Virginia history.
West Virginia history, was that?
That's a great.
They're starting to phase it out now. I can't believe it.
I think I did take West.
It is.
I know I took Wheeling. I took history of Wheeling, which was a great class.
I don't think we had.
I'm trying to remember if we had West Virginia. I think I did.
I would love to go back
I did.
And do that. It'd take like if I go now and pay like $25 for like a 4-class course or something, just in like you said, Wheeling history.
Yeah. Yep.
Wheeling, and I think I believe we talked about it on the radio. I think Mr. Stanton, who we had for history of Wheeling at Park, is teaching history of Wheeling to anybody that wants to take it. I believe, which is really cool. I think that's awesome.
No, yeah, West Virginia history is great. We spent a lot of time on that. We had it like for it was like a whole year. Like we had it like sometimes you'd like break it up. You'd have it for like one semester and then you'd change to something else. But no, we did that. We took that pretty serious. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, and so because that was.
Did you have civics class, Chris?
I don't recall civics
because that was another one we had civics and political science.
Yeah, we had civics.
Yeah, I enjoyed those.
Man, I tell you,
that's why the SVS kids were always the smartest. St. Vincent's.
I don't know about that. I will say I did have really, really good teachers. I totally owe everything to them. Like my teachers from like 5th to 8th grade were like exceptional. Like just made the world. Just you looked at it a totally different way, and then you move on and you start seeing about other teachers, and you're like, that's not quite the same. But
do you think that teachers, and I mean, I would have no idea, but do you think that, and I would assume that they do, but do you think that teachers have a sense of pride, or like when they, like if they would know that what you're into in your life now, like do you think they'd be proud of their work?
Yeah, no, I know one of my teachers definitely would be, because he's one taught me how to read racing forms, like in depth than like what my dad taught, because my dad wasn't really a gambler. So, but like we would go in depth, and then sports betting. We were making spreads on games, like our own, using computers and all kinds of things to do our own simulations. And,
in school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like 6th, 7th grade. Yeah.
Really?
So I know my one teacher, Mr. Wisekircher, he definitely would be like happy that where I'm at. We would meet him at the track when we got to be older, like in high school, and we were old enough to go to the track. We would go over to the track and meet him and hang out with him. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think so. But I do think teachers, I would say like your dad's generation teacher, my mom's generation of teachers, like those older, I say absolutely. Like they gave so much to their students, just so much time and dedication. I know a lot of teachers now, and I think it's a little different. No, I do. So. Cooley, you can speak to it. You lived it. Like, a lot of times the teachers now that I know, they do this as a job, not as a life, like they were in the old days. And that's not a knock. It's just the way it is now. But I'm sure there still are some that are really dedicated. But now it's just like
definitely good and bad.
Plus, you're dealing with a lot more assholes than you used to deal with. So that's another trade-off that. Like, it was just a different time. We didn't have phones. We didn't fuck. I mean, we fucked off, Chris will tell you, but we also knew when to respect people.
Well, and and I think that's a thing, like, with the phones and everything, like, you didn't have a choice but to pay attention, really.
Right,
I mean, besides, you know.
And you didn't have fallbacks. Like, so say you're fucking off in class, or you're sleeping in class, and like, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll make up for this tonight because I'll go on the internet and I'll read it. But like, we didn't have that.
Yeah,
we didn't have it. You were going to encyclopedias. And that was like a big deal. Like, you had to go to the library for your reports and stuff, and you didn't have it. You didn't have any access to any of that stuff. So you had to take good notes and use your textbook and like stuff that now you don't have to do.
Think that is crazy.
You guys remember?
Had to go to the library.
We had to do a little bit of that.
You guys might have been on the very tail end. Like, and I was on like the very front end of the computer era, because by the time I got to late in my middle school and then into high school, then computers started and become pretty huge. So then you had that internet resources you never had before.
Yeah, no, then you guys
Chris, you had
don't
nothing.
Remember
Britannica.
And the encyclopedias. Do you know what that?
I know what they are. I never.
You guys probably never opened them up or had a set of them.
No,
I don't. Because I remember my parents would buy a set of them.
Remember the salesman that would come around and try to sell.
Oh yeah, you'd have A through Z,
right?
And you probably needed a goddamn box truck to deliver it.
Oh,
they were
they
so
weighed
fucking
so
thick
much.
and heavy.
Yeah.
They were great tools,
yes.
But you'd have to, you picked whatever American history or something. You had to do a report and whatever might have been. Then you got to get, it's alphabetized. You got to go look through, and then you had to cite your source. It was, but you know what? And I think that helps our generation, Matt. Is like you because of that, we didn't have all the resources like the internet and phones and laptops. You weren't able to take the shortcut, so you had to go through and do all the work.
No AI.
Man.
That's
funny because that's really like right.
It was
and that's right when I just got out of school. Right when AI was that became a thing. Yeah. Jesus,
I know. I wish I had
that kind of like I would not want to use AI. That would make me feel.
I wouldn't have loved the thing.
It'd make me feel disgusting about myself.
that's bad.
Can you guys in a short explanation tell me what that actually is? AI,
artificial intelligence,
right?
So whatever it's going to be, whatever in the form they would be talking about here. If you're writing a report or something, it's literally like a living computer. He's an AI, she's an AI, it's an AI, whatever you want to call it, and it will basically generate whatever you want it to talk about.
Yeah. So if I had to write a report on basketball, I would just type like a history of basketball. Yeah. I'd type into the prompt, "Can you write me a report about the history of basketball?" And it would pull from all these millions of resources that are on the internet. It pulls all the stuff and it puts it in
puts it into a paragraph paper.
Then you have your.
But I think they've cracked down on it, and they can understand, and they know what because. And here's the thing. They know, if you're a good teacher, you'll know, and you know if you know your students.
The AIs, you'll see some of the stuff in there. Like I messed around with them one time. Like I put something I would write, and I would put it in there and see. Sometimes the way that they would talk as the AI, it wouldn't be the way a normal we would deliver our words. So there's definitely hang-ups there. If you don't read over it, you'll sound like this definitely was artificially generated because just the way they word or expression that it would be used.
Right, because like you said, if your teacher knows and you've done your own reports, and then she reads something like this isn't Jarrett.
She's like, I'm a 1.9 GPA student that can't barely write a damn sentence, and then here I come with a 5-page report with
all these big words that you never used before.
And real quick, plug. Speaking of writing, pineroomstudios.com is live now. We haven't. I don't think we've even talked about it or announced it at all, but it kind of has been in the works for a little bit. But we now have a website. It's got our bios on there, our events, our podcasts, everything. Basically,
all the shows are available.
Yeah, all Pine Room related is on pineroomstudios.com. And just yesterday, this would be I guess yesterday if you're listening to this, another blog went up, but our first one went up on Monday. Matt wrote our first blog, which we kind of had the idea to do, and just kind of all ideas of what regular life and whatever we want to write about.
Whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, whatever's on our mind.
You'll find us doing things that some weeks it'll be lighthearted, goofy. Other times it'll be about social issues or things in the news that make us mad. Sports. I mean, it's all inclusive. It's just whatever you're feeling. It's literally like a journal of yourself. And we each rotate through and soups up. So you'll have had we will have had 3 this week if you're listening to this on Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
We got a schedule planned out for the month, so be on the lookout for that. I think Soup is going to write about Paul Skeen starting the All-Star game. I think yesterday when you're hearing this. So
he probably put that in Chat GPT too. AI.
Yeah, I bet he. Hey, Chat GPT, write me a story of why Paul Skeen should start the All-Star game.
Oh no, the blogging's got to be authentic.
Soup. It'll be a very authentic. I'm actually excited to type something up. I haven't. I haven't typed a paper. Well, not a paper, but I haven't typed anything like. I guess organized in 2 years now.
I'm challenging everybody who's doing this. Fucking no misspellings.
I'll try to proofread them before we post them.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to give the guy hell who misspelled it. We should be impossible to misspell something nowadays.
Well, I know you got your spell check and everything.
And don't use the wrong THER, THEI.
Your
and you are. Yeah. Oh, those
I think
things
that's the most common
drive me fucking nuts.
That I think that the people instead when they say you are, they just do why.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
You are.
It's a bad one. And sometimes I will say like grammar or the autocorrect on the fucking texting. Sometimes it makes me even look so stupid. Not that I'm bright at all, but I at least know the right word to use. And sometimes I'll start to spell it and it'll put that one in and I didn't pay attention. And it's
I'm
like,
trying to think
that didn't sound right. Even though it's a text, it still makes me mad.
I'm trying to think of the most like if I ever do it, which one I mess up a lot. I feel like 2 should never. I feel like that one's I feel like that's such an easy one.
Well, I was just say I think out of the ones that are common, that's the easiest one.
Yeah, because like you should. That's like if I'm gonna go to the store too and you write TWO like
or just TO.
I'm coming too.
Yeah. To be or not to be.
Like what the how? And like TOO to me is so like easy. Like I feel like that's such an easy one. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Well, and on I guess you could change it on your phone, like what the autocorrect or what. But a lot of times when I type in the word "were," WERE, it always does.
We are.
We are.
Yeah. Is that, you guys got that?
I have the same thing.
The apostrophe.
And then it
fucking pisses me.
Then it makes me mad. Like
why?
"were's" a word too.
Right.
Like you shouldn't have that until you hit the WE and then you put the apostrophe. Then you can add the other part.
Yes.
You know that's how it should go.
Come
on, what the hell? Apple, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Get your robots in order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Matt, you got money on this soccer game?
I mean, I got Spain to be in the final and a future ticket, so I'm rooting for them a little bit. But Brad's got Spain, so I know he's got a big. He's in the soccer pool. So
now, if Spain wins this, will that country just go crazy and drink?
They'll be pretty happy. Both these teams will be. They'll be in the finals. So yeah, it'll be well celebrated.
What
a
sport, Chris. Do you have any questions from the moderator cheat sheet you want to?
I tell you what,
as we're wrapping up here in a little bit,
and I'm gonna. I did highlight something here, Jarrett, and I'll tell you why I did. Because Saturday I turned 60. This past Saturday I turned 60. Today would be Pat McCormick's 60th birthday. He passed on May 22nd. So pretty depressing to think about because, I was thinking that he and I used to celebrate our birthdays together, but he was always in Ocean City. So the family would always go to Ocean City, so I'd have to wait till he'd come back, then we'd go drink beer. But this is just a general thing here. When I saw this, you have 1 year to live. How do you spend it? Like, what are you going to do? Like,
man, I think
even if you don't have a year, it could be 6 months, 5, whatever. Like,
oh man, that's
cost parameters. You're just full throttle. Man. You don't give a shit. Like you don't,
especially if it
ain't going to be your problem in a few months.
I think what I'd like to do, I'd like to go to all the ballparks. I'd like to go to all 30 ballparks. I think that'd be fun. Explore the cities a little bit.
Which one would you end in? Oakland Coliseum?
PNC.
Bury
me in center field.
Like Jimmy Hoffa.
Right under Kutch.
Well, if you get cremated, you're going to dump your ashes on some of it on.
Yeah, put me out at short with O'Neill.
Yeah, because when I was talking to Carol Sunday, they're taking Pat's ashes to some of them to Ocean City.
Oh, that's cool.
And then Neil's taking him out to what did he say? Notre Dame.
Bend,
South that's
Bend
neat.
For a game. I said we ought to try to get on the field, dump a little bit of him.
Yeah, shit.
In the end zone, it might give you some luck.
There you go.
But it's.
Do they still have grass?
No, they got that fake shit. No, who the hell has?
See, that's the thing is, if he puts the ashes down there, then it's going to get torn up in a few years.
Yeah, right.
It's not like the old grass.
Or the sweeper's just going to come by and take it up. So, but I don't know. Everybody probably has a different take on that. But I don't have any. Like, I don't have a bucket list.
I don't either.
Oh, no.
I don't really.
Most of the stuff I would have on, I'll never get to do anyway. So
yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I just whatever time you have. Yeah,
I guess that's the only bucket list thing I got is skydiving.
And
how come you haven't done it yet?
I don't know. I have no one to go with. I'd go tomorrow.
I thought Nick would be up for that.
Oh, I don't think Nick would go skydiving.
He wouldn't like it?
No, I'd take him with me if he'd go with me.
Well,
man, I don't know.
Well, and if you knew you were, that year was almost up, don't even open up your parachute.
Yeah.
Go out with a bang.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
that's what Jubb and we've said it at least a couple of times where Jubb said that
just drop
if he's like terminal, he wants to just drop out of an airplane with no parachute in the middle of Times Square. And Cooley asked him,
on New Year's
"What if
Eve.
you hit a taxi?" And he said, "Good."
Yeah. I mean, geez, you imagine just landing and how you would just splatter. That's disgusting. Like, but that's never been anything that I would want to do. Like
skydiving.
No, I wouldn't mind a parasail. I don't think that would be. But jumping out of that airplane.
I just don't really like.
I'll watch you, Cooley.
I'll take a video of it. Yeah. I'd love to do it. I think we should do a Pine Room video of like me and Soup doing skydiving.
I just don't really like anything where I have the potential to perish, like to really die.
I mean, you drive every day.
Yeah, I guess that's a good.
I bet more people died. Driving than they
I'm sure.
Far more. Yeah.
But I mean, there's also the volume. Yeah. Not everybody's skydiving.
Yeah, I'm with you,
day.
Jarrett. There's not that many things that make me like say like there's too much that could go wrong here, and it's not worth it to me to try it.
Right. Yeah, like I don't
even like things like whitewater rafting. Like people have always told me how fun that was, and like
fun.
I bet it would be, but it's like I just you know what? My luck, I'd hit my head on a rock, and that'd be the end of it. I wouldn't want to die that way. Like if I'm gonna die, I want to be going to a horse race or get trampled at a soccer match or something where I could actually be where somewhere that I really enjoyed.
And this happened years ago, but I think you remember this when at a NASCAR race or it was an open wheel race, a tire was bouncing, went in the stands and crushed somebody.
That would be good.
Or the tire's coming at you 80 miles an hour and it just crush you.
Like a tsunami at Secrets or something like that would be like that. Right. At least they can say Matt died where he'd like to be.
Yeah. But I don't think I don't think any of us, and even the other guys in the group that aren't here, if it all ended for us tomorrow, I don't think anyone's gonna say, poor Matt, he didn't get to do this or this, and me. Yeah, I think we've.
Well, I got to push back a little bit on that, Chris.
Well, I don't know.
I'd like to live till I'm like 115 probably, because I feel like there's always things you can be doing.
Oh no, but I'm saying, well, maybe you do have a lot of things you still want to do. I don't know.
Probably won't ever do any of them, but I'd like to.
Well, then you might outlive George. And if you're going to 115,
George will live till he's 90 at least. So.
He's defied all odds, really.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, I was getting ready to probably tomorrow, and I got some time. I'd cut up that video of him saying that he'd quit smoking.
Oh boy, we busted him.
He was really excited.
We busted him on Sunday.
That lasted about a couple hours, and he lost a game of shuffleboard.
Did you know that?
Right back to the city.
Oh, he went right back to smoke. Why? Matt sent me a video.
Yeah, I sent him the video
of him saying that he's done. He said, "Why are you done?" And he goes, "Because I go."
Oh yeah. Because after we went down to Joey Colangelo's, then we went to the vets. And we almost died in the sun. It was so fucking hot on Sunday. But
thank you.
But so we went down there, and then George started popping off. No, Mark didn't play him. No, but he had to fill in for one of the regular guys on shuffle, and then he lost. I think they lost every game. So he snuck outside. Matt, our coach, said, "Hey, go out there and check on George to see what he's doing." And he went out underneath the pavilion, and Louis Petrini and somebody else were out there, and I saw him bum a cigarette.
Oh, man.
How long did he go without a cigarette?
A few hours.
Yeah.
Cools, we need to get Champ. We should just get him some some nicotine pouches.
Yeah. Well, I suggested that to him. I told him to try getting him to. He's not good. Exactly. Yeah. That's well said, because that's exactly right. He's not open-minded enough to try this. This is the guy that bets the same baseball teams it's 1979.
The Bears and Undo.
Yeah, right. Those teams were good in the 70s. They're good now. And he doesn't really broaden his horizon.
And rarely does he choose an underdog, right?
Yeah, it's little.
Well, and because George doesn't stick to his word, because the previous week we were watching the NASCAR race, and the last 3 laps took forever because it just kept going into overtime because of all the wrecks, and he got fucked out of some money, lost bets or some of the boards we had. Just screaming, "No, that's it. I'm done." And he said it repeatedly. "I'm done betting NASCAR. No more NASCAR." And of course, this past weekend,
famous last words for a gambler.
Because I said I was jacking because I knew Matt told me he made a bet, and I said, "Well, George, I'm not even going to ask you about NASCAR because I know this week you didn't bet it. Now just one more race. I only bet one driver this time."
Yeah, his mind erases at midnight every night. He's literally like a computer. You turn it off.
Yeah.
He will come up to me and say things like, there'd be times on a Sunday where we were at the Pine Room on Saturday, and he tells me Sunday, "Yeah, we were up Mark Delbrug's yesterday." I was like, "I know, I took you up there." Like his mind literally, it's like a computer. If you don't save your work, you turn it off, it just restarts. It's fresh again the next day.
Yeah, well, I got this here, Matt. You sent me when he was pissed about NASCAR. You asked him what was wrong because he looked a little upset, and this is what he had to say.
Way wrong there. The fucking drivers don't know how to fucking drive.
The fucking drivers.
Yeah. No, that's simple and to the point.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Awesome.
So
that's
Champ
awesome.
is still smoking and
still gambling on NASCAR.
Yeah, so nothing changed there. Chris, do you have any more you want to wrap up with?
No, I again, I appreciate being in the captain's chair, and like I said, both times I had to follow Jeff Doyle. So,
Chris, let me ask you this before we go.
Yes,
since we're sponsored by this brownie house, or did you buy any brownies yet?
No, I was on the website. I had a cart full, and then I wasn't sure just because we were talking about the heat,
right?
And I know they'll package them. Obviously,
guaranteed to come to your door, pristine condition.
Oh yeah, but no, I'm gonna get. The only thing is, I might have to text you guys and just see what the best. I only had the Oreo one.
I've only had one, like the regular, the original. But folks, get out there. YesBrownies.com. 20% off. Use Pine Room as the promo code in the shopping cart.
Yeah, you get 20% off on your order.
And that, I mean, if you got even if you like desserts or you just have a sweet tooth, you cannot go wrong. And I bet every single one is delicious.
Yeah.
You tried them all?
I haven't yet, and I think I've had a couple of them. I just can't wait to get down there. I think we're trying to get down there sometime when everybody's free and just go down and see what it's all about.
I would like to just do a little road trip.
That'd be good. Trying to figure out time to go. So yesbrownies.com. Use code PineRoom on your order. Get 20% off. We appreciate them, and I think Jubb probably already put a commercial in here, so you probably already heard from them. So thanks to Brownie House. We love them. Even though I haven't met them yet, still love them.
Well, their products are good.
Yes, they have great products.
Yeah. If they're half as good as their product, they're going to be good people.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're proud to be
Grandma's recipe.
Chris, and one last thing, and Cooley's probably excited about this too. Training camp getting ready to start here in a few days.
Oh, yeah.
NFL.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then
you sound very enthusiastic.
And then I didn't even want to waste our breath on Brawny. That's why I didn't bring him.
I just love the denial part of this whole thing. People are out there pushing this narrative. I even heard. I don't know why they put that Golick show on the VSiN now. So occasionally I'll hear a little bit, a piece of it. But Mike Golick was like all about this, like how great this is for sports, and I was shocked. Like he has. I mean, his kids. He probably had a more successful pro career than either one of his guys. I don't know. It was really weird to me, and I don't get how they're going to say that he literally got drafted based on his talent. I just can't believe somebody's pushing that and think that holds water. This guy, he's just not as good. It's okay. Michael Jordan's kids suck.
And Michael Jordan didn't push for them.
Correct.
He didn't hold the Bulls or anybody hostage and saying, it's just terrible. And then they talk about nepotism, and I understand that.
Well, if he earned it though, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. If the guy's good, there's all these guys in pro sports now that are good young kids who were sons of pro athletes. Maybe they got a better look, but they're good enough now that they carry the water. Once you get your foot in the door, you got to do it yourself.
And I'm sure you saw the press conference when they introduced the 55th pick of the draft, Brawny, and then and what's his name?
Dalton Connect or whatever.
But then they had J.J. Redick there, and I guess Brawny had said something like, "Well, I love the fact or whatever, appreciate the fact they gave me an opportunity," and J.J.'s like, "No, he earned this through hard work."
All these fucking guys. Lie. What did he do? Where did he do?
Right. What did he?
His stats were terrible.
I know, but like his hard work was so much better than another guy. I don't get it.
Well, if his name was Mike Jones, he wouldn't even have fucking got looked at.
No. He might be able to make a G League team.
He'd be shopping across Eastern Europe to try to find a team to take him.
Cools, do you think he'll play with the Lakers this next year?
They already said he's going to start out in the G League, but
I think he got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, he had knee swelling.
He tweaked his knee.
Because the pussy ain't working out. That's why. Yeah. He didn't need to.
Well, and then LeBron, go ahead, Coolies.
I don't know. He was good in high school. I told you this earlier. I just don't think he's big enough to be a point guard. He can't run an offense because he's not a point guard. He's not tall enough to be a shooting guard. But he is good on defense. I think best case scenario, he is like a 10th man at some point in his career.
And
but I just don't think it's now. It's not now.
And it's okay. Like I got no issue with the team signing him to a free agent contract, giving him a chance. I got no problem with that. Everybody, if the team wants to try it, fine. I'm cool. Yeah, but the thing, like he skipped steps, and now they're trying to make it sound like they really wanted him because he's that good. That's just not true. It's just blatantly false. LeBron is the reason why. This is all about LeBron. LeBron is a selfish narcissist, and I can't stand it.
The fact that they're going around calling teams, telling them not to draft him when he's going to Australia, that's what bothered me. If I was Bronny, I would want just anybody to draft me just for me.
And earn it yourself. Yeah. That's what you would want to do.
Well, even if you still went to the Lakers, like at least you didn't force your way there.
Right. No, exactly. I do feel bad for him to an extent, having that dick as a dad.
Yeah. And then the dickhead dad puts him right in this position where he's not ready for this, and then throw him in there, and then put him. And I don't know. Some of the media have been very, very critical with this, but if he goes and plays, and he just like his debut, if he has a bunch of, they're going to crucify him, or they
I hope
should.
he does well. But
it's a tough spot for him.
You know what? I'm being a real old asshole here, but I hope he doesn't, just because of his dad, because of what he's done. And Rich Paul, the agent, they're just drunk on power. They want to control everything, and it's just bullshit. I don't know.
LeBron controls the whole NBA.
Yeah, I've never seen a guy a bigger narcissist in sports in my entire life, and I've been watching sports 50 years.
The GOAT.
And I've never.
There's nobody even close. He's the GOAT of that.
You know what?
For sure. Spain is
at
through.
At least Spain wins. And
Spain is through.
Spain wins, and
maybe LeBron. Maybe they'll go out the first time Bronny checks into the game, and then the next play LeBron will break both knees, compound.
Or no,
fracture
they collide with each other,
right?
Bang knees.
Or like Bronny like missed calling out a screen. LeBron got hit so hard and his head fell off.
That would.
He'll just retire. Maybe
party at the club. Beers on me.
Yeah.
But just say if he had a season-ending injury, LeBron, and early in the season, then is he still going to be on the bench telling JJ, well, when are you going to put Bronny in? Like,
Probably.
Bronny.
It's a good point.
LeBron's fucking ruined that franchise.
Yeah,
like most of the ones he's been involved with and played for. It just, I don't know. I can't wait until he's out of the league.
I can't wait till he's off the planet.
No, I agree too. He's a pile of shit. He's a fucking.
I'll never
pile
say
of
anything
shit.
good about him at all, except he was born a physically gifted freak.
Yeah,
That's it.
But I know in those first 6 years of his life, he was probably oppressed. So you got to.
Yeah, he was driving a Hummer in high school. Yeah, his life was tough.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
All right,
asshole.
enough, Chris. Wrap this up.
We can't.
We went off the rails with
LeBron. So we can't end with LeBron. But anyway, no. So that's an end of what episode 116.
116.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in and listening, and we'll see you next time for 117. Peace.
Later.